just happened. Well guys, good morning. I just got set up into the stand, and I probably get about 45 minutes until first light, and definitely made a lot of noise getting in here. Just, it's not quite my first morning because I did hunt in Kansas, but first time to sit this stand, and definitely still knocking the rust off from last season. So, but I'm in here now, got the camera set up reasonably well, I think, and it should be a good sit. It's cool. I wouldn't say it's cold by any means, but it's definitely cool for this time of year for us down here. And the only thing that might make this hunt a little less fun is I forgot my thermocell back at camp, and I can just hear mosquitoes just all around me, and they're trying to get me. So I got my full face mask on, and I'm gonna probably put my hood up and everything because they're bad. But we'll see. Hopefully the deer move. If they do, I think I have a good shot of seeing something good. So I'm gonna shut up, get quiet, and wait for the sun to come up. Alright guys, 2020 is officially off to a start here. Kind of an interesting start. I had a doe come in, and a doe, and then a doe with a fawn, little button buck, and kind of watched him work around this tree, a bunch of different areas. I've got a few different shooting lanes cut, and they just literally kept going back and forth and couldn't make up their minds where they wanted to be. And this stand is honestly kind of awkward to work a camera and self-film out of, but I think I just got it done. Looked like a pretty decent hit. She took off that way, and I'm pretty sure I heard her crash into something, or at least kind of having a hard time getting through the trees over here to my north. So I think I should have some back straps before too long here. So yeah, 2020 is off to a start here.
Well guys, I'm at the point of impact right now, and it looks pretty darn good. There's already blood right here, just exactly where she was standing. Bright red blood, and I actually can look ahead of me, and I'll show you guys this blood trail, but it's pretty insane, literally straight from the start. So I don't imagine she's going to be too far, so I'm going to go ahead and I've probably given her about 30 minutes, but I don't think there's any need. I think she's probably dead, I would imagine, within 100 yards, just based off of what I'm seeing right here. Well guys, as you can see here, I got my doe, got her recovered, and It's a quick, easy blood trail to follow. She was bleeding out of both sides and just had amazing blood to work with here. So it worked out pretty great, honestly, as far as this hunt is concerned. Saw definitely a few deer, one nice buck that he'll probably be a good one for next year. And this doe gave me a nice shot. It was about 25, 26 yard shot, and hit her kind of, you know, midway through the back of her rib cage because she was quartering away, and arrow went and basically hit the opposite elbow, essentially, right there on the opposite side, and so she was bleeding out of both ends, just going crazy. So I'm happy, got my first deer down, and now I can focus on chasing some of the bucks on this property, and you know, I can do that knowing that I've got some back straps in the freezer. So I'm a happy hunter. And for you guys out there chasing deer now, it's, you know, it's official. We're in October. Everybody should be pretty much out in the woods. So good luck. And as always, bow hunt or die.
Well, good afternoon, guys. It's my first afternoon sit here in Texas. And it's nice and warm, as you would expect for early October. It's in probably the mid 80s, maybe low 80s. Which actually isn't that bad when I really think about it compared to some hunts that I've had. But I'm excited. I'm in a tree. It's pretty windy. But this spot's been getting a lot of action. And I've gotten the most trail cam pictures of the big 9-pointer that I'm chasing out here. And I think he's been visiting this muck scrape that I have in front of me. I've got some pictures. I don't have any pictures of him actually working it, but I've got pictures of him. It looks like maybe where he just left it. And I don't know. I'm hoping that he sneaks over here right before dark and gives me an opportunity. If he comes into that scrape or anywhere nearby, it'll be like a 20, 25 yard shot, which would be great. Maybe 5 minutes onto legal shooting light. And it's getting pretty dark, so probably not much for a good camera light. Not a bad sit though. I had, I think, 6 deer altogether. And what looked like a pretty decent buck. That was probably like 125, 150 yards away. Oh, this little buck's coming right back in. He's probably only 35, 40 yards away right now. So I'm just gonna sneak out of here and figure out where I'm gonna get in the morning. Well guys, good afternoon. I'm gonna try and make this pretty quick. I just got set up into the stand. Got a pretty stiff east breeze, which works out really well for this stand. Everything in front of me is basically due east or slightly northeast or southeast. That's my main shot, so the wind should be in my favor. It's pretty warm, but it's actually as cool as it's going to be for the next few days. I think it's going to get up to 97 on Sunday, which sucks, so I'm probably not going to do any afternoon sits when it's that hot, but as far as this afternoon is concerned, I'm just hoping for a big buck to walk by as always. But it'll be interesting just to see what's kind of used in this area back here. I don't know, we'll find out.
Well guys, good afternoon, and I'm sitting in my truck right now and I'm going to do this little quick interview before I head out because it is windy, and once I get out there, I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to hear me, especially on this GoPro. We probably got like 15 miles, maybe sustained winds right now, but I think it's probably more like 20 with like 25-mile-an-hour gusts. It feels like it's windy. So I don't know how it's going to be, to be honest with you. It might suck. I have a feeling my tree's going to be waving around quite a bit. But hopefully some deer move, and if they do, maybe it'll be a good one. Maybe it'll walk by the stand. Who knows? Knowing my luck, probably not, but can't kill it from the couch, so going for it.
Well, guys, I made it to the stand, and as I mentioned before, it's pretty windy, but it's not too terrible where I'm at. I'm kind of in this little, valley between these two hills on this property, and the only downside is the wind is swirling just a little bit, but hopefully not too bad. So I put out some buck bomb, some buck rut, spray essentially down on a little cedar tree that's, 20, 22 yards away. And I'm hoping, between the scent that I put on my boots when I walked in and what I put on that tree, hopefully this wind kind of pushes it around and maybe one of these bucks will smell something. Hopefully what he imagines is another deer moving in on his territory. And hopefully he'll come check it out. So other than that, it should be a nice sit. It's not miserably hot, but it's definitely warm. So I don't know. Should be fun. We'll see what walks by. Oh man, that just happened. Holy cow. I'm shaking. That's a good deer. That is a very, very good deer for the hill country here in Texas. And he was... I can't believe it. I've been messing with Chad on our team all summer long about shooting lanes and cutting shooting lanes. And of course this deer stops, and I have what should be a great shooting lane that I did not cut all the way through. There's just leaves all in the way. And that deer stopped exactly behind some of those leaves, so I was trying to finagle the camera and get it to focus on there. And I'm kind of leaned back up against this tree really awkwardly, and I had to kind of crouch down just to get through a tiny, tiny little window to be able to shoot that deer. And I think I put an amazing shot on him. It looked great, at least to me. And I'll review the footage, of course, and see what happened. He took off that way. But I knew that was going to happen. It was going to be karma for talking about shooting lanes all summer long. And I had a buck, of course, stop where I don't really have a clear shooting lane. But I think I threaded the needle. I'm shooting a big DK4 broadhead, so it should be a dead deer. I can't imagine he went too far if the shot was as good as I think it was. So
That's what I'm talking about. Early season still, mid-October. I wasn't even sure if I was gonna be able to hunt this evening. My buddy had a boat party today, actually. He's getting married next week, so I'm not gonna be able to hunt hardly at all next weekend. And I just had a feeling, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna run out there. I don't care that I'm gonna be getting to the blind a little bit late, but and then that happens. First deer that I saw all evening long. Great buck. Boom. And there is a glowing luminoc, which means that arrow went all the way through that bad boy. Well, here we have first blood. That didn't take long. And he went zipping right up this little lane here. I think I got a little bit of footage of him, you know, running off. But blood started quickly. Guys, I'll tell you what, this limestone rock that we have here in this part of Texas sure isn't good for growing a food plot, but it makes it easy to spot blood, which is kind of handy in situations like this. Gotta love easy blood trails. And even more than easy blood trails are dead deer. Woohoo! Well, hey guys, got my deer recovered here, and I am one happy camper right now. This deer was just awesome. I mean, everything worked out exactly perfectly. I mean, I think the only thing I could say it wasn't exactly perfect, which I alluded to a little earlier, was his location and my shooting lane. So he was definitely behind some twigs and some leaves and stuff, especially for the camera angle. But I was able to kind of reposition myself in the stand and squeeze a shot through a very small window. And fortunately, I think I made just realistically a perfect shot on him, and I got a perfect pass through. I'm shooting a DK4 broadhead, and that thing zipped right through him. So I can't imagine the carnage that I'm gonna find once I open him up a little bit. But you know, this deer is a perfect example of what a really good Texas Hill Country buck looks like. Nice and wide, you know, kind of got some little bit of chocolate horns, and you know, a lot of character to him. He's got a little kicker coming off of his G2 over here, and he's got a brow tine that's about to split right here by my thumb. And you know, just a cool buck. You know, I don't know, you know, age-wise where he sits, but to be honest, I don't really care. He was exciting to me and made my heart race whenever I saw him. So down he went, and backstraps are going in the freezer. And you know, this buck, I don't know, we'll see. He may go on the wall. It's definitely going to be a Euro, might be a shoulder. We'll just have to see. So if you guys are out there, good luck. And as always, bow hunt or die.